Today we're talking about angelfish and how exactly you go about caring for them. My goal in this series is to give you as much information as quick as I can so you spend less time watching videos and more time watching your fish. These are my two boys. So when you first get your angelfish, they're going to be diddy. They're going to be tiny like this. You want to be keeping them in at least a minimum of 60 centimeters, 2 foot, by about 40 centimeters, which is about a foot and a half. When they're fully grown, they're going to go about the size of a small sandwich plate. You want to be keeping them in minimum of a 4 foot or 120 centimeter tank. You're going to want to at least have a tank that's about 60 centimeters tall or about 2 foot, which is about there. When it comes to the temperature, you want to be aiming for the sweet spot of 25 to 26 degrees. Mine is currently at 25, but in the summer sometimes it goes up to 26, and that's fine. So plants and scape, you want to be making sure you've got a lot of swimming space. You want to make sure you've got cover for them to go in when they're tired, when they want to rest. They need to go in between the leaves, behind the wood. Things like Anubias, Java fern, Echinodorus, all things like that work perfectly. I've got, I don't know which one that is. I think it's a Hydrophilia, Anubias hydrophilia. I could be wrong. And I've got a few Congensis in here as well, but just give them places to hide. Most of the time they'll just sit in a corner anyway. So the behaviour. Well, it's an angelfish. It's in the name, it's an angel. They are so peaceful. They can maybe be a bit territorial, but they're not going to do no damage. I mean, most they'll do is give them a headbutt. I don't even think they do that. So they're very peaceful, even in groups, they're super peaceful. They love each other. They just swim around and they just do their thing. So what can you put with them? Well, I've got a lot with them. Tetras, Corydoras, rainbow sharks. Rainbow sharks work because they just chill at the bottom. The angelfish are normally up here, so they work just fine. I'm sure you can get loaches with them. I keep 2 massive plecos. You can't see them. They're really good at hiding, but 2 massive plecos. I've got a fire eel in here somewhere. His head's just over there. I've had barbs with them before. So you can keep a lot of things with them, but you want to avoid things that like to nibble flailing fins. Cichlids, no go. Anything sort of aggressive or dominant, just try and avoid it because they will nip their fins and then. So we sort of covered growth earlier. They're about this big when you buy them, right? And when they do get full grown, they're about this big. So they go from about 2 to 3 inches, including the fins, to about 6 to 8 inches, including the fins as well. They live about 5 to 8 years, which is fairly long for a fish. You know, it's a good amount of time to bond and spend with them. And their characters really build over that time. So what do we feed them? Food. I feed mine Prima Granules by a company called Tetra. They work really well. They like food that sort of loiters in the air a little bit, so it sort of does that, but then it does sink eventually to feed the bottom feeders. So any sort of granule will be really good for them because it has to take time to come down. I assume they'll like flakes. I'm sure they would like flakes. I don't feed my fish flakes, but I imagine they would like flakes because they like to nibble at it while it's coming down. So that would probably be a good safe bet for you. You can also occasionally supplement them with bloodworms, brine shrimp, and all of those sort of cube foods because they give them a really nice boost in proteins. So doing that every so often really keeps them healthy. So a little while back, I started working on clothing that I found interesting, that I found amusing. I've had a passion for clothing my entire life. I've always loved fashion, and I thought, is there any way I can mix these two worlds? My fish keeping and my love for fashion. Now, the stuff I'm trying to make isn't exactly designer, isn't exactly Gucci or Prada, but it is relatable and it's fun and it's quirky and I love it personally. So if you want to check it out, I'm going to put a link in the description. All of the designs that you do see are designed, drawn, printed and pressed by me. So if it is your cup of tea, I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out and see what you can find. With that out of the way, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any more questions, just ask me in the comments and I will do my best to answer as quick as I can. Next week, we're going to be working on the fire reel. He doesn't come out much, so it's going to be hard to get the footage, but we're going to do it anyway. So again, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.